I'm Tiffany Lemers.
Travis Simonis.
Live at 52443 McKenzie Highway in Blue River, Oregon. What was Blue River? 3 months. We just bought in our home. 3 months to the day. Got our keys June 8th, and on September 8th, it was a pile of ash. Well, he was 7.5 hours across state elk hunting. I had my sister staying with me who lives in California, and her daughter. It was me, her 6-year-old daughter, and my 6-year-old daughter, and our 2 dogs. It was a windy day. About 8:30, we seen there was a brush fire that had started. About an hour later, I call the fire department. Should we evacuate? They say no. I took a few pictures of, it burning that way. I called him. I said, there's a brush fire. So He said, should I come home? I said, it's a brush fire. By the time you get here, it's either A, going to be out, or everything's going to be burnt. Stay where you are. And then I went to work. I drove down with no service, and I got to Cedar Flats, and I seen everybody on the Blue River bulletin board saying, this fire's gotten out of hand. We're going door to door. We're trying to get our neighbors out. So at that point, I called my sister. And I said, hey, I need you to wake up and tell me what's going on. Look at your surroundings. She says, okay. So her bedroom was right here. And she walked out and she sent me a picture. And all this is on fire. Lazy Days was already engulfed. And she says, Tiffany, I don't know what to do. So you have to wake the girls up. Soak their blankets. She says, we can't get out. Your front porch right here. You can still see the metal. Your front porch is on fire, and then we had a bunch of rosemary and gladiolas that went up in front of the living room windows, which caused the windows to burst with the girls there. My sister said our sliding glass door blew. We had a sliding glass door on the master, which is where my dog slept in my bed. When the glass blew, they ran into my daughter's room over here, and she said, Tiffany, I can't get the dogs. I told her, you have to leave them. You have to get the kids out, and you have to get to the road. I assumed, since she left the front door open and the sliding glass door, my dogs got out. And we found out 2 weeks after the fire that they, in fact, did not make it out. They both died in my daughter's room by her bed. We were told that they had recovered their remains, and we were able to pick them up when we were ready. So I brought him up to finally see the property, and both the dogs were still in her room. And so he had to pull them out. One of them was in pieces, one of them wasn't, and we buried them over there. It's even worse because I said the words, you have to leave them.
It wasn't cute, no.
No, it's not. It's just one of those things that I'll deal with, because he had the first dog for over 5 years, and he was a great dog, and we bred him to have a son, and they were family dogs, and it hurts even worse that they went to my kids' room. They went right to see where she was, made sure that both those girls got out. I'm assuming the door got closed and they got stuck.
Let me see what I can get you. You still need to work on an exit plan. We're getting wind shift. We're going to come out, but we're going to need someone to load and go for them.
I'm driving way too fast up the road. I went around a turn just after Vida, and I hit a tree and blew both my passenger tires. And I made it from Vida, which is 14 miles away, made it up to the Blue River Bridge. As we're passing my neighbor's white fence, we get a call that the Junction City Fire Department had turned around right in front of us at the church and headed back up instead of headed down. And they picked both girls and my sister up in front of the mailbox. And when we met them down at the road, they say, they're lucky to be here. Those trees above them could have come down at any point. So we spent the night at the track, and about, I want to say like 2:30, 3 o'clock, they told us that they got the road clear, and we were finally able to head down. And I sent my daughter, my sister, and her daughter straight to California that day. My brother-in-law drove up all night, picked them up, and they've been down there ever since. So they're recovering. She's safe. She's still doing distance learning. She's still going to McKenzie school down there, which is awesome. She loves that. So rebuilding better, bigger for the kids, giving them something that's theirs to hold on to for good. And so clean up and then rebuilding, I guess.
It's got a lot of potential, but it's going to be empty because there's a lot of people that can't come back.
There's a lot of people up here. You know, there's a lot of cleanup that need to get done, and we're not going to jump ahead and leave our neighbors behind. So we've been, cleaning up a little bit and scrap metaling and then helping our neighbors out too, so we can all rebuild at the same time. We don't want to be in a house and, see somebody next door that still has their pile of ash.